Franks? Of course Hera gets Franks. What other civs? It's gonna be all night civs. All night civs. Hera's just like all nights. Khmer, night civ. Exactly. Hera's only going for night civs. Turks? Turks? They're a Hussar civ. He picked Bengalis last time. What is up with this, Hera? What strategy do you have with Bengalis? Like, why? What do you have in the back of your sleeve? Like, who picks Bengalis? So I guess Monsieur picked Bulgarians on Bull. Not what I was expecting, but I guess it makes sense. He did go Turks. What? Interesting. So Turks versus Bulgarians. Not a matchup we see very often. The land battle has begun. Here we go. Let's go. Now we're into game number 1. Hera playing as the Turks in the yellow, and Mr. Yo playing as the Bulgarians in the blue. Mr. Yo going for a tower rush with Bulgarians. Very interesting. Battering down Hera's defensive tower. Hera being Turks. Turks kind of need gold because their trash is terrible. But there's lots of gold in the center, so if Hera can get out there. Hera also being able to kill fishing ships with scouts. Hera scout rushing fishing ships. Hera has managed to sneak to the middle with a villager, and I believe is probably going to attempt to wall off Mr. Yo, but is now going for a market instead. Mr. Yo going for the forward villas, trying to batter down the houses. Hera going to finish off all the fishing ships, and that fishing eco is completely idled and destroyed from Mr. Yo. Fire ship is out in the field, but the scouts might actually be able to finish that fire ship off. Yeah, fire ship's going to go down, and the fishing ships are going to go down. And Yo is on the way up, as well as Hera. Both players will be able to cast Ledge around the same time. And yeah, Hera's going for the house walls behind the wood line to prevent Yo from getting out to the middle. Scale mail armor coming in for Hera as Turks and forging. So Hera going for the light cap is already queuing scouts, and it's just going to go light cap. Hera seems to be chopping out. When Hera's is out, Hera will have gold access again. Meanwhile, Bulgarians, Mr. Yo is going for bloodlines and the first armor upgrade. And is going to also attempt to go for cavalry. We got a Magnol being produced. And is that Bill going to go down? Bill goes down. Nice. Nicely done. Nice snipe there by Hera. The Hera, it doesn't seem like it's yet found that Mr. Yo has been taking the fish up at the top freely. Doesn't seem like that's been seen at all. And Hera is almost out. Hera is probably going to find it with these scouts. Going to the north, running away from the night. And Mr. Yo is now going for a Magnol to clean up the houses. Hera finds the villagers, now knows a target to potentially hit. And yeah, Hera's just going straight for the north. He realized there are a bunch of exposed villagers and is sending all the knights to the north. They're getting a little distracted by the market, but this could be a lot of dead villagers, and that's huge. Yo's gonna have to run with all those villagers. Doesn't have the wood or stone for a town center, and that's like 8 villagers that are just dead. Magnos are pushing forward in the center, and Mr. Yo wants to go for a big push in the center. Defensive siege workshop for Hera in the center, and the knights are in on the gold, and oh boy, Mr. Yo has to retreat from the gold, and Hera is into the base. Meanwhile, the scouts, the camo, all go down, but the Magnol's on 1 HP, and the Magnol goes down. The knights are still trying to break in, and they're in again. And Mr. Yo has to leave the gold, and oof, that's just got to be really frustrating and annoying. Hera doing a good job killing a vill, but only gets 1, and a monastery defensively is being dropped for Mr. Yo. The spears did end up cleaning up all the fishing ships. And Yo calls it. What the heck? Yo throws in the GG. Feels overwhelmed having lost a lot of eco already. And Hera goes for a castle drop that Yo can't stop. Yo calls it, and Hera takes game number 1. Very quickly, too. Impressive. Here we go. Northern Isle. Hera is up 1-0 and did go for Bengalis, as expected. Mr. Yo with Italians, as expected. And Bengalis, their ships regenerate health over time. Mr. Yo is on the way to Castle Edge already, which is impressive. And at this rate, Mr. Yo seems to be in the lead. Hera is on the way now. Gonna be a little behind. And Mr. Yo with a lot of fishing ships out. And all the fish is gonna go down for Mr. Yo. But we'll have a faster castle time. Might be able to retake water. And Mr. Yo's up. And we're gonna see, yep, more galley on the way. So Mr. Yo does want to fight water. And oh my gosh, Hera just walled in, hit scout. Mr. Yo's scout. Oh wait, no, it didn't get fully walled in. Hera tried going for the walls, but bailed on it because the archers showed up. Do we have any demos on the way from? Yes, demos on the way for Mr. Yo. Could have some good clutch demo ships. Not sure where they all are. Ah, they're on the other side. Hera doing a great job splitting. Is it going to get good value? And Nope. Should have deleted it where it was. Doesn't get good value. Hera cleaning up water. And Mr. Yo seems to be very far behind this game. Definitely needs this win in order to come back. There they are. There's the Elephant Archers. And the extra town centers going up. There'll be 3 town centers to 2 town centers. And Yo has found the fish from Hera and is going to clean them up with the fire ship. Clean them up pretty fast. And Hera no longer has any fishing. Neither player has any fishing ships. Mr. Yo is on the way up. We're probably going to see fast fire, which is a really strong tech and cheaper for Italians. Oh boy, the Elephant Archers are about to be transported to the other side. But Mr. Yo is building docks and Hera sees the docks. The Elephant Archers do make it onto the land and the dock gets deleted. And now Mr. Yo has to deal with these Elephant Archers, which is going to be really hard to. Monks would be great, and he does have monks and is making some. 2 monks should be plenty to deal with this. Villagers are repairing the docks. We got a demo. Mr. Yo will be up in 18 seconds, and then fast fire takes a while. Mr. Yo is popping out before then with a lot of fires, and is forcing Hera back. And fast fire will probably be clicked. Yep, 48 seconds. And yep, there's chemistry on the way. Minute and 40 seconds, and then cannon gallons can come on the field. But taking this fight before fast fire feels bad. No, fall back, Mr. Yo. You need this victory. You need fast fire first. It's a really big upgrade. And yeah, now Hera retreats back to the castle. The big problem though is Hera has a castle to retreat to. Mr. Yo does not. Hera is about to click up when the castle gets built. But cannon gallons will be on the field before Hera gets the imp. That castle may not survive very long. Hera does have access to the center, but the question is how long will Hera have access to the center? Second castle for Hera in the center. Although that castle might go down before it goes up. And oh boy, Hera loses the castle. The entire castle is gone. Oh, those are clutch cannon shots. And Hera now only has 1 castle and doesn't have as much stone to repair that castle. That's what Mr. Yo needed to come back in this game. Fast fire now coming in for Hera. And the water numbers is looking a little better for Hera, but Yo already has Galleon. Fast fire is now in, and Mr. Yo has to retreat. Mr. Yo with a lot less eco, and no longer has the power spike. However, I think Mr. Yo is getting cornered here, and I don't know if Mr. Yo can do it. We need to see some clutch demo shots here. We need to see some good demo shots from Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo is cornered and getting surrounded on both sides. These Galleons might not survive very long. Once the Galleons go down, I think Mr. Yo is going to have to tap out. I don't think the power spike was enough. Killing that castle with the cannon galleon wasn't enough. And defensive castle coming down for Mr. Yo, who is very far behind at this point. 88 to 154 pop. I think Yo is going to have to tap out soon. The castle will go up, however. And Bengalis, are Bengalis OP on water maps now? Or is it just that Hera is unstoppable? And the castle goes up. Hera still has full control of the center. Mr. Yo really just is trying to get their way back into the game, but it's feeling a little hopeless. Hera is very comfortable in this position. Spotting the redocks from Mr. Yo isn't going to let that happen. And chemistry now coming in for Hera, so that Hera can make some cannon galleons. Oof, that castle. I don't know if that was a great spot for it just because of how easy it can get tripped down from the center. Almost wonder if you needed a castle to redock, if you should have built it in the back of your base. That castle is just going to get tripped down. I don't know if Mr. Yo can do this. 2 trebs on the castle now. The castle's going down. Lost full water. 100 pop. Shipwright coming in for Hera. Really doesn't want to, throw the game. Elite cannon galleon coming in for Hera now. Mr. Yo tried fighting, but is gonna have to tap out here, and Hera's gonna be taking this 2-0. Mr. Yo is still somehow in this. I legit thought he was dead like 5 minutes ago. I still think he's dead, but he's holding on somehow. Barely. Shipwright now coming in for Mr. Yo. And I feel like Mr. Yo is gonna just try taking this to a wood game. Hera now mixing in galleons with the elite cannon galleons. We got, is that careening or dry dock? One of those 2 coming in for Mr. Yo. But yeah, Mr. Yo is going to have to call it. GG, well played. Hera takes this 2-0 and is now in the quarterfinals for Redbull Wololo.
From you right here and right now, because I want to ask you about what we've just seen there. A really, really confident performance. We'll come back to your confidence in a second. Let's talk about the games. Game number 1, pick the Turks. We were expecting maybe a castle into Imperial Age, push out those Janissaries. But it seems that you were taking advantage of the light cav bonuses of the Turks to sort of squeeze Mr. Yo into a corner. Was that your approach there, or what was your approach to this?
Well, first of all, thank you for the very kind words. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, game 1, I mean, the Bull is a crazy map. Mm-hmm. It's very hard to know how to approach it. To be honest, I feel like Turks is really a counter to to archer civs, like you said with the light calves. That was my plan. Seeing Bulgarians kind of threw me off, but I figured if I can get to his fish fast enough, that there could be something going on there. And yeah, the castle wasn't planned. It was just, I saw him kind of a little bit behind, and a forward castle is just such a killer blow on that map. So it worked really well.
It looked like you were sort of trying to take control of the edges with the mobility of the light cav, and then knowing that Yo would move up to the fish, punish him for sort of being concentrated up there, and we saw that work really effectively. Was this something that, because the Turks were not 100% sure what to expect with a civ like that? Was that your mindset?
Well, I've practiced the map a few times, and the thing that I took away is that the map plays out differently every time. It really just depends on like what happens. And so because I had control of the outside pretty convincingly, I made the gate. I figured Yo's a smart player. He's probably on the fish, and I made sure to check that. I think his biggest mistake was just, assuming I wouldn't go there. He wasn't defending it, so I was very fortunate to find that, and it was a big punish. Yeah, you were really able to strike while the iron was hot there. Let's talk about game number 2, Italians versus Bengalis. Bengalis, I think, overlooked by many when it comes to playing on water. There aren't a lot of civs in the game that have passive regen, right? But the ships having even a very slow regeneration thing, was that a big part of your pick here on this hybrid map? I think that's part of it. For me, it's really just like the extra 2 villages from the start on a map where it's unpunished. That just sounds pretty good to me. I don't think it's as good as Italians. I'm gonna be honest. But at the end of the day, he first picked Italians, and so I got other civs that I wanted, and then just last pick Bengalis. But the ship regeneration does play a big role. I'm running around the map. You notice I had a low HP fire galley. Instead of running back to a villager, just run around the map, and it gets a little bit of a boost. So. I think the economy was really smooth. The elephant archers made a showing, which is kind of funny, but overall, I think that was like the only area I can see Bengalis thriving. If you want to just put on your Professor Hera hat for just a second, we don't have a whole lot of water maps. We don't have a whole lot of we got, I guess, a few. There are hybrids you can build on shoals or whatever, but talk to us about water maps. What's the key to playing on water? I'm not sure I'm qualified to answer that really, but okay. I'm usually very, very shaky on water maps. If I can give some advice, it's that landings are extremely hard to make work, but only if the defender is scouting. So make sure to scout. Landings are always possible. As long as you're careful that a landing isn't coming, you're going to have a pretty good time. And yeah, that's basically the main way, I think, to approach water maps. That's kind of how I go about it. Intel is key. All right. Well, let's zoom out a little bit here. Hera, you're a pillar of the community. You're someone who has offered so much help and guidance to so many people, myself included, and obviously many people will be cheering you on. I want to talk about your confidence. I want to talk about your mindset coming into this tournament. You've really put in the time. You've really put in the effort. You were telling me yesterday how hungry and motivated you are. And I mean, so far, perfect. You're our first person qualified for the quarterfinals, so congratulations there. Thank you very much. Talk us through your approach and your preparation for this event. I mean, I've played a lot of tournaments, but I feel like this one is very special to me. I was here last year and I lost in a very, very heartbreaking series for me, but obviously a legendary series for MBL who did get that reverse sweep. So this one means a lot to me to come back and try to do better this year than the last year. But more so than that, I'm just really enjoying Age of Empires 2. It's a great game. I played it for 10 years. I still love it. I'm a fan just as much as I am a player. And I'm extremely just enjoying the game and motivated to do well. And I told myself coming in here, my preparation was solid. Even if I lose round 1, I still feel like I grew as a player. Yeah, so still learning something. Regardless what happens in this tournament, even if I lose in the quarters, even if I make it all the way to the finals, I feel like I improved as a player, and I'm going to carry that forward regardless of the results. So I'm very, very happy with how things played out. As you should be in the quarterfinals. Congratulations, Hera. Can't wait to see more from you, mate.